Attention passionate Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. If you've been paying attention to the latest whispers around the NFL, you already know that something huge is brewing in the NFC West, and it involves the Seattle Seahawks making a bold move that could reshape their entire defensive approach, and honestly, their Super Bowl hopes for this season and beyond. Rumors are swirling. Insiders like Rossini are buzzing about a trade that could send shockwaves through the league. And it's not just any trade. It's a blockbuster deal involving none other than Roquan Smith, the star linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens, heading straight to Seattle. This potential move is causing a stir because it signals a clear intent from the Seahawks to boost their defense, specifically their linebacker core, in a way that could elevate them significantly in the playoffs. Now, before I get into the details, let's set the scene. The Ravens, sitting at 1-5, are clearly in a rebuild or tanking mode, especially with about $15 million in cap space available. They're looking to free up some room, and trading Roquan Smith makes perfect sense for them right now. Smith, who was traded from the Bears in 2022, has been a dominant force on the field this season, and he's proven to be a game-changer for Baltimore. His stats speak volumes. In 2024, he's accumulated an astonishing 158 tackles, placing him among the top linebackers in the league. And he's not just stopping tackles, they're impactful. He has 5 sacks, a testament to his ability to rush the passer when needed, and his EPA per snap, which measures his efficiency, is plus 0.17, an elite number that highlights how effective he's been at disrupting plays. His PFF grade of 89. 2 ranks him among the top 5 linebackers in the league this year, and his coverage rating of 78. 4 puts him in the top 10, showing he's versatile enough to cover tight ends and running backs effectively. His ability to limit yards after catch, allowing only about 2 yards per tackle, is top 8 in the league, and his missed tackle percentage of just 5% is outstanding. Looking ahead to 2025, even with some injury limitations like his hamstring issue, Smith continues to shine. He's already amassed 40 solo tackles, ranking 8th among linebackers, and has 2 sacks, which puts him around 15th in that category. His run defense grade of 84. 3 is top 8, meaning he's excellent against the run, which is crucial for Seattle's defensive scheme. Just recently in Week 4 against the Bills, he had 10 tackles, a forced fumble, and a plus 0.18 EPA per play, showing his knack for making game-changing plays. Over his career, Smith has racked up over 200 tackles, 25 sacks, 10 interceptions, and forced 12 fumbles, making him a well-rounded linebacker with a wealth of experience and playmaking ability. His history of injuries, especially the hamstring that cost him 2 games, is a concern but not a deal-breaker given his overall impact and consistency when healthy. But why is the Seahawks so interested in Roquan Smith? Well, it's about more than just adding a great linebacker. It's about stabilizing and elevating their entire defense at a critical point in the season. Currently, Seattle sits at 4-2, showing they're contenders and they're clearly buyers at this stage. Adding Smith would give them a true leader on the field, someone who can command tackles, turn the tide in run defense, and bring a veteran presence to a relatively young linebacker room. The Seahawks already have some promising pieces like Ernest Jones, IV, but with the injury to Derick Hall, who's out for Week 6, the depth at linebacker becomes even more crucial. And let's not forget, Smith's presence would pair perfectly with players like Mafe, who's already racked up 6 sacks this season and could push the Seahawks' defense into the top 5 against the run, a significant jump from their current 20th ranking. And the strategic fit is clear. Seattle's defense has been solid but needs that extra push to become a real force, especially against the NFC's top teams. With Smith, the Seahawks could improve their run-stopping ability, reducing the yards per game allowed from around 120, which ranks 20th, to closer to 90 yards, boosting their EPA versus the run by 20%. That kind of improvement could be the difference-maker in close games, especially in the playoffs, where every inch and every play counts. Plus, Smith's ability to stuff gaps and disrupt rushing attacks would be invaluable against top-tier running backs like Christian McCaffrey. His presence could lead to a plus 25% increase in defensive EPA versus elite rushers, making Seattle's run defense a nightmare for opponents. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. The potential trade also signals a shift in the league's power dynamics. The Ravens, by moving Smith, are clearly signaling they're in rebuild mode, possibly tanking to secure a higher draft pick, especially with their AFC North odds looking grim at over 10-0 to make the playoffs. But for Seattle, acquiring Smith isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about making a statement. It's about positioning themselves as serious contenders, capable of competing with the best in the NFC and potentially making a deep playoff run. The Seahawks are already showing signs of being a top 10 defense against the run, but with Smith, they could elevate into the top 5. That's a game changer, especially considering how the playoffs tend to be decided by defenses that can stifle the run and force turnovers. And of course, the impact on the odds is notable. Right now, Seattle's Super Bowl odds are around plus 4,000, but with a move like this, many experts believe they could drop all the way down to plus 1,800, making them serious contenders in the eyes of Vegas. The NFC as a whole remains competitive, but with Smith bolstering their linebacker core, the Seahawks could become the division's dominant force, especially if they can leverage his leadership and playmaking skills to turn close games into wins. So what does this mean for the Seahawks moving forward? Well, it's a bold move that says they're all in. They're chasing that Super Bowl, and they're willing to make trades that could define their season. Roquan Smith's addition would be a true statement of intent, showing that the Seahawks are serious about competing at the highest level. His presence would not only improve the run defense, but also add a dynamic playmaker who can cover, rush, and lead from the linebacker spot. It's the kind of move that can energize the entire team, boost confidence, and send a message to the rest of the league that Seattle isn't just here to participate, they're here to win. And of course, this trade would also have ripple effects on the division. The 49ers and Eagles are formidable opponents, and a stronger Seahawks defense led by a guy like Smith could make the NFC West even more competitive. It's a fascinating chess match unfolding right now, and fans should be on the lookout for official confirmations soon. If this trade goes through, it could be one of the defining moves of the season, elevating Seattle's defense to a new level and giving Geno Smith even more support on the field. Imagine the possibilities. A defense that can stuff the run, pressure the quarterback, and create turnovers. Those are the ingredients of a championship team. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, fans should stay tuned because this isn't just speculation anymore. The league insiders are buzzing, and if this trade materializes, it will be a game changer not only for the Seahawks, but for the entire NFC playoff picture. Imagine a Seahawks defense with Roquan Smith leading the charge, turning every game into a showcase of strength, speed, and strategic brilliance. This move could mark the beginning of a new era for Seattle, one where they're not just contenders but serious Super Bowl favorites. It's a bold, aggressive step, and if it happens, it could define the franchise's trajectory for years to come. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Roquan Smith is the missing piece for the Seahawks to finally get back to the Super Bowl? Or do you believe they should focus on other areas of the roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Hawks.